Hello and welcome to Happy Horror Time. My name is Tim Murdoch.
And my name is Matt Emmert, and this is our news commentary. So first up, Tim, the trailer, actually no, the teaser for the latest House LLC movie. It's called House LLC Lineage. It is the 5th movie in the franchise. It just dropped. Now, we both watched it. It's only about 30 seconds long.
Yes, I mean, I'm kind of happy it didn't tell me anything.
That's what I love about teasers. They don't give away too much. And so just to describe it for people, if you haven't watched it yet, it's scary as fuck because you're looking down like this grayish hallway. And did it look like it was like someone trying to take a picture?
Yeah, well, I think so.
Yeah, it's like it looks like someone's trying to take a picture, and then you get quick flashes of both clowns from the last movie. Now, there's the House LLC clown that has been in all the movies, and there's the one from the last one, which is just as scary. And then we have our final girl or lead screaming, and there's like blood being smeared, and that's really all you get.
Well, you know what was interesting to me? I thought the girl looked like the leading girl from the original.
So just so people know, if you are a fan of the House LLC franchise, and hopefully you are because we're big fans, the lead of Lineage Part 5 is actually Elizabeth Vermiglia, and she happened to be the lead in the 3rd movie, Lake of Fire. She played journalist Vanessa Shepard. So I don't know if you remember, but she makes it at the end of Part 3. Spoiler alert.
She survives.
Yeah, but they're bringing her back for the 5th one, and what I love about this and all the House LLC movies is that the characters are always connected, and even the ones that have died, you see them as ghosts, you know? And so it's really cool that they're bringing her back, that she's the lead. Obviously, we loved Part 4 and the 2 girls in that one, but they're listed on the cast list, so maybe we'll be seeing them in spirit form.
I hope so.
Another big thing about this movie that has been released, first off, Stephen Cognetti, the director, has said that this is supposedly the final entry in the franchise, but he says it is the scariest.
I hope so. I mean, like, the films have always been scary, and I love parts 1 through 4, so I'm sure I'll love part 5.
You know, the thing is, and I think I've said this in our podcasts, our interviews and stuff, part 1 was like life-changing. It was so creepy. It was amazing. I wasn't a huge fan of part 2. Part 3, I felt like kind of brought back the basics of the stuff I liked in part 1. Not as good as part 1, but it was still a formidable entry. And then we loved part 4. Like, it was just great. And so looking forward to Lineage. And another thing about this movie, though, just for fans of the franchise, this is the first movie in the series that is not found footage. It is being filmed in a traditional narrative style, Tim.
You know what? Thank you for telling me that, because I thought something was different from the trailer.
Yeah, it's not.
I was like, something's different.
No more holding the cameras and, oops, did you catch that? This is like they're filming it normally.
And it's probably easier for the filmmakers because they don't have to think of creative ways to be like, why are they filming?
Exactly. And now I would love to get everyone who's watching, if you're a fan of House LLC, your comments on, are you happy that they're going away from found footage, or do you feel like they should have finished off the series with found footage? I'm a little in the middle, Tim, to be honest, because like for me, House LLC is found footage. And so for them to veer away from the formula for one movie seems a bit odd, but I feel like they're doing it for a reason. And so I'm happy to give it a chance.
I think it has a very solid foundation of fear that they, making it, I don't want to say easier, but it's storytelling just with a crystal clear picture instead of like raw footage.
Yeah, like the camera falls on the ground and
they're
you
like,
see an
keep
elbow.
Filming,
yeah,
keep
exactly.
Filming.
Okay, one big thing though for people is to know about this movie also is that the 4 previous House LLC movies were released direct to streaming. This one is getting a theatrical release, which is fucking awesome because I love when indie horror gets theatrical releases. It is going to be on August 20th in select theaters. And if you want to sign up to be notified of the theaters it's going to play in and when you can get tickets, if you go to iconicreleasing.com and click on the House LLC Lineage page,
I'm going right now.
You know, we'll put the link up in our episode description for this, but you can sign up. I've already signed up. You can get updates because we are definitely seeing this in the theater because it's not coming to Shudder until October. So if you don't see it in August,
2-month wait.
You have to wait 2 months. Yeah. So House LLC Lineage, check out the teaser. Another newsworthy event that happened over the last week was Variety came out with an article where they talked to Kevin Williamson a little bit about why he returned to direct Scream 7. Now, we've talked about, we're both really excited about Scream 7. Kevin Williamson's directing, Neve Campbell's back. Apparently, he said that the company pitched it to him as being about Sidney Prescott, and that's why he wanted to do it. Like, he was just basically saying that we've never gone home with Sidney and found out what her world is like today. You know, in the last ones, in part 5, she was in there for like a minute.
We didn't know.
Yeah, and part 6, she wasn't even in it. So what he was really interested in, what he wanted to do was kind of follow Sidney's home.
Like what's in her fridge.
Yeah, like what is she, like when does she go to yoga?
Yeah, like what time does she wake up? Does she sleep in?
Yeah,
we don't know.
Like which emojis does she use in her text messages?
It's probably this one.
It's like this one. I think it's the Scream one.
It's a knife.
It's a knife one. Hey, girl. No, so yeah. But basically, another thing he said is that obviously he mentioned the pay discrepancy as one of the reasons Neve didn't return for Scream 6. And by the way, if you're watching this and you haven't checked out episode 166 of ours, of Happy Horror Time, we were lucky enough to interview Kevin Williamson, and his comment saying that the studio should pay Neve Campbell what she deserves was in our interview, and it got picked up by like all these publications across the world, and then we got mentioned in like Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety, People,
Entertainment Weekly.
Keep going. Everything you can think of. Joe Blow.
Hollywood Reporter? Did you already say that?
Said that. Oh. But I mean, it was really cool because he said this comment on our podcast. All the news publications picked it up, and they said, like, in a recent interview on Happy Horror Time. So if you want to check out that interview, it's episode 166.
It's a good one.
But he said that another reason that she didn't return is because of the part. She wanted a significant part. So basically, he just summed it up by saying he really worked hand in hand with Neve Campbell, like, to flesh out her part in part 7. She was really supportive and helpful. So it just sounds so great and collaborative. Like, I think it's going to be a great movie.
I agree. And it's so weird that Sydney's going to be a senior in college.
Maybe 30 years ago. No, Sydney's now, God.
I think she's just like a pinch older than me.
Okay, younger, because I was only like a pinch younger. I was 17 when Scream came out, and they were 17. So she's got to be 45 now.
Oh my God. I'm older than Sydney.
You're older than Sidney Prescott. No, but I mean, I have full faith that Kevin knows what to do with these characters, and Sydney is going to make sure Neve Campbell is going to make sure that Sydney is portrayed in a great way. Okay, there were a ton of trailers that came out over the last few days, so we gotta address some of them. And one of them was the final trailer for Megan 2.0 came out. And let me just say,
this was my favorite trailer, by the way.
It is so fucking hilarious. I loved this movie. It's going camp times 1,000, and you know what?
It's such a bummer. Is like, the studio wanted this movie out like immediately after. How long did we have to wait? 2 years?
I think it came out January of 2023, so I guess it's 2.5 years.
Yeah, Megan 2.0.
Exactly. But the thing is that they're setting this up to be like a very Terminator 2 type of showdown, where it's like Megan now is the good robot going against Amelia, the bad robot. But they are throwing in so many one-liners. I mean, like, I feel like the gays like us are gonna love this.
Hey, you call gay.
I mean, everybody's gonna love this, but there's such sass in this movie.
Yeah, the movie's got a lot of attitude.
It does. I mean, they're playing Britney Spears. She's dancing. They're giving her so many one-liners. Like, they have
like the bee is back or something, like, she's the bee.
She says,
you're a bee.
Hold on to your vaginas. It says this bitch versus this bitch. And then there's even a part where Gemma, Allison Williams, is talking to her and say, well, you're not going to kill any innocent people this time, right? And Megan just sits there and she's like, right? Like, everything is like a joke within a joke, and I'm all for it because, like, I never really took this movie seriously because it was just so ridiculous, but I also loved it.
Yeah, no, refresh my memory on Megan. She's a doll, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, she's a really big doll now, right?
Well, now
she's like, make me bigger.
She's getting a height upgrade. There is one funny scene in this trailer specifically where Gemma, Allison Williams, is wearing like a headpiece, and I guess she's like being directed by Megan, and she starts like beating up all these security guards, and then Megan says, I'm sensing that you're very turned on by this or something, and Gemma's like, shut up, Megan. Like, everything is just like,
it's silly.
Oh, Megan.
It's silly.
Yeah. One cool thing that we're very excited about is that that Jen Van Epps is back as Tess. She was the roboticist in the first one who worked with Allison Williams. And sneak peek for everyone watching this, we are having her come on the show for a second time to talk about Megan 2.0. We had her on a couple years ago when Megan came out, so we can't wait just to see all about
I just
what
want to catch up with her.
Catch up and see what it was like making Megan 2.0.
Megan.
Exactly. Okay, so I know this is one Tim has been dying to know.
Sure.
Stranger Things. Remember that show that like the last season happened like 5 years ago or something? Finally, they announced the season 5 release date. And get this, Tim, they are releasing it in 3 different blocks. Block 1, November 26th. Probably they want to go get everyone at Thanksgiving. Block 2, Christmas Day. And Block 3, New Year's Eve.
I like those dates. And I mean, I watched season 1. That's it.
Okay, so I've watched all 4 seasons. And my honest opinion is that season 1 was Chef's Kiss. Amazing. Season 2 and 3 took a bit of a dip. Season 4 amped it back up. The horror elements of season 4, and they had Robert Englund in it. Vecna was terrifying.
Winona Ryder.
I mean, she's in every season.
Yeah.
Season 4 really stepped up the game again. Like, this is no longer a little kid's series. So I feel good about season 5. I just want to know what took them so long.
I can tell you.
Okay, tell me.
Stranger Things.
It was Winona's schedule. Apparently, the article said like the writer's strike, the actor's strike, and everything took a long time. But the only thing that they've told about season 5 is that the group's trying to find and kill Vecna, but he disappeared, and the government has placed like the whole town under quarantine, and they're hunting for 11. It's kind of like same old stuff.
How old are these kids supposed to be now?
Well, I don't think this is supposed to take place 10 years after the original. I think it's only like 5 or 6 years. So I think they're still maybe toward the end of high school, but all of those kids are in their 20s now.
I know,
honest.
I love it. That's cool. But it's like 90210.
Here's the best part of season 5, Stranger Things. Linda Hamilton is joining the cast.
That's cool.
That is like reason enough to watch. Like Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor. You know, she hasn't done a lot since that last Terminator movie that didn't do so well, but seeing her in Stranger Things would be great. Are you going to watch the last season, Tim?
I mean, if you want me to, I will. Sure.
I'll force you to. Okay, so the first trailer dropped for the Black Phone Part 2, and let me just tell you, tell me you noticed in this trailer the scene that looked like Curtains, the movie. With the grabber ice skating through the snow.
Yes, the slow motion.
Okay. 80s slasher movie called Curtains. Famous scene.
1983.
The killer in the terrifying mask is ice skating toward one of the girls and to kill her. In this trailer, there's a scene of Ethan Hawke, who's called the Grabber, with the mask, like slowly ice skating, and it looks just like Curtains. Tell us in the comments if you agree. I thought this trailer was great, and this is why, Tim, because it looked gritty. It takes place in a dreary, snowy environment. Everything is scary when you can barely see around you.
I agree. And you know how many fans of Friday 13th want it in the snow? They want it in the snow. So when I was watching this trailer,
don't hike in the snow.
I don't hike in the snow. But I mean, of course, it all comes back to Friday 13th for me personally. But yeah, it looks good. And I hope Ethan Hawke shirtless again.
You know, the funny thing about the Black Phone, the first one, is that Ethan Hawke was killed in it. But apparently, the plot of this one is we have the 2 kids again, Finney and Gwen, played by Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw. And I remember we loved Madeline McGraw's performance.
Yeah,
she was the girl.
Usually, I mean, anyone that knows me, kids in movies annoy me. But I thought these kids were good.
You know, the synopsis of this already sounds good. Apparently now the younger sister is receiving calls in her dreams from the Black Phone and seeing all these disturbing images of 3 boys being stalked at a winter camp known as Alpine Lake. So, hey, Crystal Lake.
Nobi Scobo.
And basically, they uncover like some sort of history between the grabber and their own family. The thing is, how are they going to explain that the killer is dead and still haunting them? It's going to be very supernatural. But if you remember in the original Black Phone, all of those phone calls came from dead kids. So it's pretty supernatural as it is.
Well, it took place in a basement from what I remember.
Yeah, Yeah. I just think it looks, the visual style of this trailer looks so creepy. It almost looks like Longlegs.
No, was the first one in the 70s and this one's in the 80s? Are we unknown yet?
I think it's only a few years later. So if it was 70s, it's probably still 70s, unless it was late 70s, early 80s. But I'm not sure.
I couldn't tell from the trailer.
It is the past. There's no cell phones.
It's not 2025.
No, it is not 2025. And Scott Derrickson, who directed the first Black Phone, also is directing this one, which is a good sign because we liked the first one. And did you know, I found out that Scott Derrickson co-wrote Urban Legend's Final Cut.
What?
And he also directed and co-wrote Sinister. I mean, that's a good
Sinister
resume.
is in everyone's, like top 5 scary movies ever.
It is scary AF, and I think that's why the Black Phone does so well, because he knows how to do scary AF stuff. You like I'm saying AF, Tim?
Yeah, because you're totally AF.
AF. Okay, so the last news item for today is yet another trailer. This time it's the first trailer for the new Dexter TV series called Dexter Resurrection. Now,
no relation to Halloween Resurrection.
No, oh God. Except Busta Rhymes is guest starring.
That's right.
And Tyra Banks.
Trick or treat.
Not a motherfucker. Okay, so you don't watch Dexter, right? Totally okay. I'm not shaming you.
I do not. And I also just watched season 1 of Stranger Things. I'm getting busted.
Get him out of here. No, Jacob and I love Dexter. Watched every season, watched Original Sin, watched New Blood. So here's the thing with Dexter Resurrection. At the end of Dexter New Blood, this is not a spoiler. They have this in the trailer. Dexter was shot by his own son, and you thought he died. Well, of course, it's called Resurrection because he did not die. But here's the cool thing about Dexter Resurrection. Number one, it takes place in New York City, which no Dexter has done yet.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
Friday the 13th. Number two, listen to these cast members, Tim, that are joining Dexter in this. Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage, and there's appearances by Kristen Ritter, James Remar, Neil Patrick Harris, and a bunch of other people.
Can you name one thing Kristen Ritter's in?
She was in the Bee in Apartment.
Okay,
something.
thank you for, yes. I was like.
She was also in the Veronica Mars.
Don't trust the Bee in Apartment.
Don't trust the Bee in
Apartment 23?
Who knows?
Don't trust the Bee.
You never trust a bee in an apartment. But they're all joining it, and apparently Peter Dinklage is like assembling a network of serial killers in New York City. All I know is, yes, Dexter has been around for a long time, but like this looks kind of fresh and new, and I'm interested. I love Uma Thurman ever since Gattaca. Now, I will say I am not happy that Julie Benz was killed off. Exactly. But you know what's funny is that his son, Harrison, who is played by Jack Alcott, is in this series also, and that's Dexter and Rita, aka Julie Benz's son. So she's living on. That's right. She's living on. Anyway, Dexter Resurrection premieres July 11th on, they say Paramount Plus with Showtime. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, I think Paramount Plus owns Showtime, and Showtime hasn't officially gone out of the... But if you have Paramount Plus, is that all you need? Or do you also need like a Showtime add-on? It's so confusing nowadays. I don't even know if Showtime exists anymore, only through Paramount Plus. I just like, can we just have like, and now they have like... Max HBO. Well, now you can do Shudder on its own, or Shudder through AMC Plus, or it's just like, I don't know. It's just driving me crazy. Just when I turn on the TV, it should work. I just want channels 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. Well, that's a lot of channels. No, isn't 11 Fox? Like 90210 channel? Although not everywhere. Sometimes it's 5. Yeah. I mean, what about in Australia? I don't know. I miss the days when we had 5 channels, Tim. Me too. I miss just the days. I miss the days when I hiked 10 miles to school. You like that? Anyway. That's great. Okay, that is it for this week's news commentary. Again, let us know what you thought, if you have any comments on these trailers or any thoughts on any of the things we discussed, and we'll be back next week. Don't trust the bee. Don't trust that bee. Bye.